Going to be Nicole Fuga versus Lizz Molinar, who took this fight just 5 days ago. We found out on Wednesday, so we're going to bring them out right now. We're going to head over to Jackson Hoops. Well, it's got to be one of the shortest short notices we have ever seen here in the state of Utah. The word got out Wednesday night that Lizz Molinar would replace Alicia Willow to take on Agima's Nicole Fuga here in her debut. Jason, I know you know a little bit more about this last-minute bout.
Yeah, so this came together, obviously last minute, like you said. Liz has been training for about 18 months now. She's coming in here. She was supposed to fight, I believe, a few months ago, so she's kind of already been in a training camp. And, you know, we called her up. She watched the footage on Nicole and said, hey, you know what? I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to step in the cage. And you and I both know, because we saw Nicole's last fight. Nicole looked phenomenal.
She did.
And Liz didn't even blink an eye. She says, I'm ready to do this.
She had a fight booked that was canceled back in April, and she seemed very grateful for the last-minute opportunity. She seems very excited here tonight, but she's going to be facing a really, really tough opponent in Nicole Fuga, someone over at Agima who's been training just about the same amount of time, but might have a little bit more experience considering that she's already been through three-minute rounds.
Sure. Yeah, this should be an exciting fight. The women fights always bring it, so I know this is going to be an exciting fight either way.
And Jason, she seemed confident in her training and her conditioning specifically. Was there anything that you knew about her, about any of her? You mentioned that she was kind of in a camp beforehand, so it's kind of just the idea that she's continued to train, continued to stay in shape, and now she's here tonight.
Yeah, she's been staying up on her training, and she was, like you said, she was looking for that fight back in April. It ended up falling through, and hey, we got her in here, so I talked to her a little bit before the night, and she's ready to go.
Making the walk for the second time in 2 months, it is Agima's Nicole Fuga, one half of the Fierce Fighting Championship 19 fight of the night. And Jason, you were there to call it just under 2 months ago when Nicole made her debut. What impressed you the most about her fight of the night?
She was super composed. It didn't seem like she got rattled at all. It went all 3 rounds. You didn't see her gassing. You didn't see that adrenaline dump from her. And once again, like we talked about in the last fight, she comes from a phenomenal gym in Agima Jiu-Jitsu. You'll probably hear a big crowd for her as well. You'll hear that crowd pop here shortly. And another thing I just found out about Nicole, she can sing.
She's an incredible singer. She sang the national anthem.
She sang the national anthem for our Fierce Challenger Series.
Yes, it was awesome. And on top of that, she showcased her leg kicks, her cage control, beautiful overhand bombs. I mean, she is a really, really solid striker, but it's not that she wants to utilize tonight. She wants to utilize her jiu-jitsu.
Oh, man. Agima Jiu-Jitsu is legit. Yeah. I can't wait to see it. I know she's been working hard, so.
I found out about the Agima Jiu-Jitsu the other day at class with Blake coming over there and checking me out.
That is right.
He's going to try to be humble right now.
That's right.
But he's going to try to be humble.
I'm just here
Blake's
for the broadcast.
got some bragging rights tonight.
I'm just here to do the broadcast, guys.
He's got a solid tight gi.
Hey, let me stick to my notes here. Hold on.
we might have to have a rematch, man.
Oh, absolutely, brother. Absolutely.
Just don't let Joel use leg kicks.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, dude. Not a chance. You know, one thing cool about Nicole Fuga is she got inspired by an MMA match itself. She saw Joanna and Wei Li Zhang fight just a couple of years ago, and she said, I want to do that. And there she is, Nicole Fuga out of Agima Jiu-Jitsu. Cannot wait to get this bout underway here tonight.
Here we go.
Again, Lizz Molinar on a 5-day notice here for this fight. We found out as a public on Wednesday. unbelievable opportunity for her to make her debut tonight against a tough opponent.
And shout out to her for she did everything she needed to do, getting her medicals, her physical, everything was done within 24 hours for her to make this fight. So
56-day turnaround for Nicole Fuga.
Comes out with the left kick.
There's one thing we know about Nicole. She does that big overhand. I think.
Oh,
heavy shot landed down the pipe by Nicole Fuga. She is thrown with some heat here early.
But she keeps coming forward, guys. She gets taken down.
Nicole wanted to get here to the grappling positions. She has 4 gold medals in her 4 jiu-jitsu competitions since July of 2021, 10 submissions in her 13 wins overall.
Dang, that is a very impressive record.
I actually talked to her last night at the weigh-ins, and that was one of the things she mentioned, that she wishes she would have used a little bit more in her first fight, was a little bit more of her jiu-jitsu, and I think we're going to see that here.
Joel, how hard is it to transition from your striking to the level changes, to the takedown, to jiu-jitsu?
Oh, man.
It's one of the most underrated, difficult things, right?
Yeah, it's a little challenging, especially at first, especially if you're not used to, if you've never wrestled before, right? I was fortunate to wrestle before I started fighting, so to me it kind of came naturally just from that. But starting out, it could be very, she looks like she's got an arm triangle come in.
Fuga searching for that head and arm. That is something that she wanted to finish her opponent with. She mentioned it on the Damage Plan MMA podcast.
Staying heavy. Tight. I think she might get it. She needs to get her forehead down to the mat. And pressure over time.
That's going to tap.
Got it. There it is.
That'll do it. Nicole Fuga,
the
victory for the first time. And as I mentioned, she wanted to finish this fight with a head and arm, and she's able to get it done here tonight. She moves to 1-1. Lizz Molinar on 5 days' notice. What a performance by both fighters here.
Solid performance. That was a great performance on both parts there. Kudos to Lizz for taking this fight, man. That's impressive.
One of the big things Nicole wanted to work on was she wanted to be more controlled and tactical, utilize takedowns that she's learned from Court McGee. What an awesome performance by Nicole Fuga. And it's got to feel good. Your first MMA win, there's nothing like it.
Oh, man. The first time I won my first amateur fight, I was so pumped. I know the feeling that she's got right now, and good for her, man. She got a good team of coaches around her. Comes from a really good gym.
And she did exactly what she wanted to do. As I mentioned, it's exactly what she said. She wanted to use her jiu-jitsu. And here we're going to go back over to Jackson Hoops.